Hello, everyone. A very logical day to all of you, and a new month, September 1st. So, the first editorial of the Indian Express. Let us see what we have here. Optimism and caution, and of course, September, a new month, as I said. So, may this be filled with optimism for all of us, and may you perform better and better and better in your tests. So, but caution also is there. Well, let us see what the author wants here. Caution for what? So the Indian economy grew at a healthy 7.8%, and this is something that we have been reading in the last few days, you can say, that it is growing at 7.8% in the first quarter of the ongoing financial year, as per data released by the NSO. Growth in the quarter was only marginally lower than the RBI's most recent estimate, and we had read the recent estimate of RBI, I think so, 3 or 4 days back. So, in the August Monetary Policy Committee meeting, the central bank had pegged the economy, pegged as a word that we have done many times, say in March, April, May, where we were talking about all this also in the end of the financial year and the starting of the new financial year. So, pegged means that it has been positioned, it has been stationed there. So, pegged the economy to grow at 8%. The services sector was a key driver. Yes, and if you remember, we had read this also that it is not the manufacturing sector, but it is the services sector that is growing. And we have done all these in our tests also, in the mock tests also. All this services sector and the manufacturing sector. So, the key driver of the economic momentum growing at a robust pace, robust can be related to healthy pace of 10.3%. In comparison, the industrial sector, including construction, that is infrastructure B, grew by just 5.5%. When he uses this word just 5.5%, that means he is contrasting or comparing it with the robust growth of the services sector. Construction sector grew by 5.5%. Economic momentum, however, is expected to moderate over the coming quarters. मतलब ये average out हो जाएगा, moderate हो जाएगा. ठीक है? तो एक इतना अच्छा growth है 10.3, दूसरा से only 5.5 or just 5.5. So it will become moderate. Now the disaggregated data, disaggregated मतलब combined नहीं है, अब उसे अलग अलग कर दिया, segregate कर दिया है. Data shows that within industry, the manufacturing sector remains a source of concern. It remains a source of concern means it has already been and it still is. Last year, the sector had contracted in both the second and the third quarter. In the fourth quarter, it had registered a turnaround, growing by a 4.5%. Growth in the first quarter of this year has inched only marginally upwards. When they use this word inched, that means धीरे 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 ऊपर बढ़ना, right? So you have to inch your way towards success. That is getting the best marks in your mock tests. This is inched only marginally upwards, so 4.7%. This is surprising, especially considering the fall in the commodity prices. The collapse in trade merchandise exports contracted by 15%. Right? We have read articles on this also where there's an export ban or something related to the exports, and because of it, it contracted by 15% in the quarter. Could have dragged down the sector. Could have मतलब हो सकता है ऐसा. Dragging का मतलब होता है pull करना. तो इस सेक्टर को क्योंकि एक्सपोर्ट्स कम हुए, that means because of this it is possible, because of this the trade merchandise has been dragged down. ये इसीलिए कम होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि exports contract हुए. Now the construction sector, which had seen a steady build-up of momentum in the second half of the last year, also witnessed a slowdown. It is talking about the industrial sector. Desegregated उसने कहा था within industry. ठीक है, तो इसमें एक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर है, दूसरा उसने कंस्ट्रक्शन सेक्टर बताया. Right, manufacturing sector का this is the data. It has inched growth वहाँ पे slowly, that means. And construction sector, it has seen a steady build up of momentum in the second half of the last year. Also witnessed a slowdown, growing by 7.9% in the first quarter. In comparison, production of cement and steel rose by 12.2%. So what is this paragraph actually giving you? It is giving you the different data of the sectors, manufacturing sector, which is included in the industrial sector, then construction, then production of cement and steel. It grew by 12.2% and 10.2% respectively. On the services side, now comes the service sector. Trade, hotels, transport and communication grew at a healthy pace of 9.2%. इसके पहले वाले slide में it was already 10 point something, right? And here also it says that it is 9.2, as did the financial, real estate and professional services sector growing at 12.2%. So here it is showing a fall, right? Not a very steady or robust growth. And here in these sectors, it is a good growth. So overall क्या हो जाएगा? वो average out हो जाएगा, moderate बन जाएगा. Now, the pickup in the private consumption and the sustained growth in investment activity are encouraging signs. Now, the author is coming up with his own opinion that the private consumption is also increasing, and this is an optimistic sign, you can say. After a subdued growth of just 2.5% in the sector half of last year, private consumption picked up pace in the just ended quarter, growing by 6%. Right, so it was growing. And then a healthy momentum growing again by 8%. किसमें? Investment activity में. All these terms we have done earlier, just a few days back जब वो RBI का article आया था. Then we had done this कि किस पे based है या कौन सा आगे बढ़ता है, कौन सा कम है. I think this was in your one of your mock tests also, just recent ones only. In the last 15 days also we have discussed all this. कि investment activities बढ़ रही हैं या growth robust है, healthy है, right? Now, it had grown by 8.5% in the second half of last year. However, from here on, economic momentum is expected to gradually slow down. अभी तक growth हो गया, तो now it will gradually slow down for several reasons. For one, if high inflation persists, right? तो if है मतलब it is a case. It could curb discretionary household spending. Curb का मतलब हो गया रोक लगाना. So even if you do not know the meaning of the word curb, you can understand it, cut or curtail, right? So inflation persists, मतलब inflation अगर चलेगी, उस दिन था ये आर्टिकल की महंगाई अगर चलती है या बढ़ती है या रहती है, तो what will happen? Household spending will be reduced. Further, a below normal monsoon could impact agriculture and thus rural demand. Moreover, the full effects of tighter global and domestic monetary policy are still working their way through the system. The RBI expects the pace of expansion to slow down to 6.5% in the second quarter, July-September, and thereafter to 6% in the third quarter and 5.7% in the fourth quarter. इसका मतलब एक gradual slowdown होगा. This is what the RBI is expecting. Now, gradual slowdown was mentioned here, encouraging was mentioned here. So, this part of the paragraph gave you the positive, how thing is encouraged, it is growing. And this part of the paragraph is telling you about how it is going to gradually slow down. And why? Uska reasoning de diya. Right now, the main idea would contain what? It grows at 7.8% in the first quarter, but growth is expected to moderate over the coming months. Gradually slow down होने का उसने डेटा दे दिया, मतलब growth तो हुई है, robust, healthy, ठीक है. Now it is going to gradually come down or slow down, right? And hence it is going to become a moderate one. So here we have a few words, though most of you would know these words. Otherwise, we have discussed them in the discussion of the article only. So curb would mean to cut or curtail. Right. Pegged is positioned. आप कर सकते हो. Right. Collapse is downfall. Fall कर देते हैं हम, downfall हो सकता है. With where I have usually used this word no, with the argument of the author collapses. Right. इसका मतलब जो भी बात कही गई थी, जो भी स्टेटमेंट दिया गया है वो खत्म हो गया, वो कोलैप्स हो गया। जैसे एक ताश का के पत्तों का घर कैसे बनाते हैं, we've given this example also, then it just a blow of the wind and it collapses, ढह जाता है, पूरा स्ट्रक्चर हो जाता है। ब्रिज हो जाती है, वो कोलैप्स होती है, ब्रिज जो होती है, even that collapses, so it falls. Subdued is something that is like reduced, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, soothed। तो subdued is सॉफ्ट कर सकते हैं, रिड्यूस्ड कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। समथिंग दैट इज ब्रिंगिंग यू और समथिंग दैट इज लोअरिंग द क्वालिटी, वो सबड्यूड हो जाएगा, कम करना, रिड्यूस्ड। सरप्राइजिंग, व्हाई सरप्राइजिंग आई रोट, बिकॉज सी द वर्ड सरप्राइजिंग इज अ वेरी सिंपल वर्ड, सभी को आता है ये। सरप्राइज्ड इफ यू डू नॉट नो द वर्ड, और आई विल बी सरप्राइज्ड if you have not heard of this word. But I'll give you a few words related to it, right? So, I'm not giving you the meaning, so beware. If I say amazed, right? So, amazing, I was surprised, I was amazed at something. Or you can use the word wonder, ठीक है। अब एक और वर्ड यूज होता है जैसे bemused. अब bemused is a little different from surprise. सरप्राइज होता है क्योंकि सडन, bemused हो जाएगा थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन होना, ठीक है। सो bemused is can be related to perplexed. So there is a difference between wonder, there's a difference between amazement, bemused, perplexed, or you can also use the word confounded. Right. So where you are unable to understand many things, समझ नहीं आता कि ये ऐसे हुआ कैसे, तो you bemused at it. It was perplexing, unable to get it, unable to understand it. Right. So there is a little iota of surprise factor plus confusion factor. तो ये सारे words related हैं, सिनोनिम्स नहीं मानेंगे हम, मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि इसका मीनिंग डायरेक्ट मीनिंग है, नहीं है। जस्ट दीज आर डिफरेंट वर्ड्स, आई कैन कम अप एज अ सिनोनिम विद कंफाउंडेड, bemused and perplexed. Amazement and wonder and surprised would be better together, right? So what I needed you to know is just a few words. What you can do is pick out the simple words also and try coming up with more related words to it. That is your task for the month of September. ठीक है, हम दो टास्क शुरू करेंगे, एक इस फर्स्ट वाले सितंबर के हिसाब से है एंड सेकंड आई गिव यू इन द डिस्कशन ऑफ द 2nd of September. So this is your first task. I'm repeating, first task in the month of September, where you pick up the simple words. I'll help you out with that in the discussion, at least in the first passage that we discuss. No, we'll pick up at least 5 simple words and then try to come up with better words for it. और अगर ये एक्सरसाइज तुम्हें सही लगती है तो तुम अपने हिसाब से 5 और वर्ड्स ले सकते हो एंड कम अप विद मोर बेटर वर्ड्स, विद बेटर वर्ड्स, नॉट मोर बेटर, ठीक है। सो आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड दिस। व्हेन आई कम अप विद मोर रिपीटेशन, तब तुम्हें समझ में आएगा कि आखिर करना क्या है। अभी अगर नहीं समझ में आया तो बस इतना लिख लो कि सरप्राइजिंग के साथ उसके जो कनेक्टेड वर्ड्स हैं, अमेज्ड, वंडर्ड, कंफाउंडेड, bemused, perplexed, ठीक है, इतने लिख लो। व्हेन यू गेट मोर वर्ड्स रिलेटेड टू इट यू कैन राइट देम डाउन डेफिनेटली। सो लीव दैट मच स्पेस इन योर वोकैबुलरी नोटबुक आल्सो। मॉडरेट इज, मॉडरेट के बजाय हम एक वर्ड एवरेज करते हैं, राइट। Another word that we use for an average student, sort of, right? So we use a mediocre word. He is a mediocre student, ठीक है। स्लो डाउन, स्लो डाउन हम जो कर सकते हैं डिक्लाइनिंग। जब इकोनॉमी स्लो डाउन हो जाती है तब हम वर्ड डिक्लाइन यूज कर सकते हैं। जब एकदम से स्टीप डिक्लाइन होता है तो हम प्लंजिंग वर्ड यूज करते हैं। right? And when this is related to the economy, and when the economy is say flat, तो say हम flatlined economy कहेंगे, right? I'll write this here, right? FLAT, flat lined economy, right? Another word which I can use for an economy that is not prospering much, that is almost stagnant. ठीक है, तो हम इकोनॉमी से रिलेटेड वर्ड अभी याद आ गया, तो आई एम गिविंग यू अ स्टैग्नेंट इकोनॉमी. Many countries would have it, right? Or there's another word which says moribund. MORIBUND. बंद से वर्ड समझ में आ जाता है कि इकोनॉमी ने काम करना छोड़ दिया, वो बंद हो गई है. ठीक है, उस हिसाब से वी कैन रिलेट द वर्ड moribund with the economy. So moribund, stagnant, flatlined economy can be there where it is not showing much change. Second, slow down, decline, plunging is where it is reducing like this, right? Slowing down the pace, gradually कम हो जाना. ठीक है, और contracted का मतलब होता है cut back, reduced. ठीक है, आप कट बैक कर दो, but you can understand it from the paragraph also, right? I hope you have got these words. जिसके लिए जो नया वर्ड है वो लिख लो. So that's all. So that's all for today. Thank you and see you in the next discussion of the editorial. Stay logical,